welcome to today's video. So excited to have you here. You guys, before we get into this video, I'm just going to get it out of the way now before we get deeply into your groups. First of all, we need to address the elephant in the room, which was our previous video. Would you guys believe that that sound, that high-pitched sound, was actually coming from the light? It wasn't coming from the transmitter's cord, which was what I thought it was. There's an external cord, if you know about microphones, that goes from my transmitter into my phone to record the audio. I thought that's what this whole fiasco was caused by, but it was actually caused by the light. The light itself was pinging, was creating that sound. So I do apologize if you can't tell. I have fixed it. I've done my best to make sure that that doesn't happen again. I'm someone with very sensitive ears as well, and even I didn't realize how bad it was until I went to watch my YouTube video and I put my headphones on. I held it up to my ear like my phone speaker and I was like, oh my god, that is terrible. So I do apologize. I was in that sort of dilemma where if it was a regular YouTube video, I would have refilmed it, but it wasn't. It was me channeling energy for 3 hours for the video on YouTube and the video on Patreon, and I just made the executive decision to keep that footage. It would have been a waste of a lot of energy if I tried to refilm it again, and that video wouldn't be able to go up until today, Monday night. So yeah, I decided to keep it and did my best to scrub it out. But anyway, that's the whole fiasco from the last video. Welcome if you are new to my channel. I am the Hermit Tarot and this is my free tarot reading video. We're a very dynamic, fresh channel here. I've got some new equipment that I'm still working out, so bear with me while my millennial self gets through these tech issues. But today's video, we are looking at a full moon in Capricorn predictions reading. Now, I love doing these moon predictions readings. They're the only non-timeless readings on my YouTube channel. I get a lot out of them personally. I enjoy doing them. I think it comes through in the videos too. I just find them to be very helpful. And honestly, moon cycles do affect me personally. And I think that it can just be helpful to navigate those emotions, those energies. So today's video, we are going to do a pick a group reading as well as a collective reading. So the collective reading is going to be in the intro. I've got my decks ready over here and we will shuffle and see what the collective reading is. Okay, I have my Amazonite as always, my amethyst and my labradorite, so we're ready to go. And you guys, if you like the bracelets on my wrist, I'm wearing a sodalite, hematite, and 7 chakra alignment bracelet. You can find these at STONEOLOGY.shop and use code HERMIT for 10% off as well. It is an affiliation code. All right, collective reading for the full moon in Capricorn. We're going to be looking at what we as a collective can expect this full moon in Capricorn. I'm going to be pulling some oracle cards. I can already tell that unfortunately this 7 chakra alignment bracelet is not going to be the best to shuffle with, so I'm going to put that aside and let's get into it. I might actually try to angle the camera a little bit down just in case. Should we? Nah. Spirit's saying nah, don't do it. Okay. Thanks, Spirit. All right, the collective. What can the collective expect this full moon in Capricorn? Oh, sweet pea. We're having the 9 of Pentacles come out straight off the cuff. What can the full moon in Capricorn offer the collective? All right. There's definitely some confidence issues, but it's nothing that is supposed to damage us permanently, obviously. I mean, geez, it's a full moon, but with the 7 of Wands coming out, with the Magician, Upright Bless, and the Father of Swords, the full moon in Capricorn is going to give us a lot to think about. There's a lot of airy energy behind this, and remember that a full moon's energy can be very emotionally pulling as well. I always cry every full moon. I could be so stone cold and cold-hearted for the whole month in my own little lane hustling, and as soon as a full moon comes, I'm just a blubbering mess. I'm thinking about all types of things. I'm watching all kinds of weird things on YouTube, conspiracy theories, and I think that may be the case with this full moon in Capricorn is that it's going to really make us think about a lot of things. It's going to encourage us to analyze a lot of things. And I feel this Father of Swords eyes just calling out to me. There's this look in this card's eyes where this wise old owl is just looking for something. It's kind of like that moment that you have with someone where you're just searching each other's eyes. I feel like this Father of Swords is really encouraging us to search our own knowledge and to figure things out for ourselves. I don't see us looking to others for answers in this period. I don't see us looking to others for clarity and support. I see us really wanting to almost spend some time alone. Some of us might try to distract ourselves from other people, or if we're forced into social situations with other people, it might be very uncomfortable because I feel like we're going to be called to just do some things for ourselves. As a collective, the Magician here is telling me that this full moon in Capricorn is supposed to bring us back into our power. It's supposed to remind us of our strengths, and it's supposed to provoke a confidence within us that helps us finish a long and arduous task. The reason why I say that is the Seven of Wands reverse tells me that this is something that may appear to be a setback. You know, we may look at this as a temporary setback with the Seven of Wands reverse. We may be looking at this period of our lives as gosh, we just didn't get any yeses, or we didn't get any wins. We took a lot of L's that full moon in Capricorn, but I don't think that's the case. Excuse me, I just accidentally bumped the mic. I don't think that's the case, sweet peas. I think that the Seven of Wands reversed with the Magician upright is telling us that this is supposed to bring back our confidence to be able to reinvest our energy appropriately. When I look at a Seven of Wands reversed, I see that as someone who has either invested their energy inappropriately and they kind of feel like no matter what they do, they're not going to win, or this is someone who just has a bit of confidence issues and they just need to figure out how to get through that final hurdle. Excuse me, that was a bit of fluff. So it's interesting so far. The Nine of Pentacles reversed is giving me a lot of life, though, I've got to be honest. This is encouraging us to spend a bit of time alone productively. And I use that word lightly. If you are a workaholic, if you are someone who struggles to take days off, okay, if you are someone who needs someone to just sit you down and say, listen, you need to take care of yourself, then this full moon in Capricorn's productivity is you taking care of yourself and looking after your needs. If you are someone who is struggling to stay motivated and stay consistent with your actions, then this new full moon in Capricorn's productivity for you is going to be really sticking to that consistent routine, sticking to what you need in order for your development. Your version of development will differ depending on where you fall. If you are someone who is lacking in your emotional needs, for example, or you're lacking in your material needs, that is where your productivity comes into play. But I see here with the Nine of Pentacles that it is about us reminding ourselves how independent and capable we are as individuals, because we're not going to necessarily be feeling that immediately. The full moon in Capricorn is going to make us feel a little bit insecure, is going to make us feel like we have loose ends to tie up, or it's going to make us feel like there are just certain things that we haven't ticked off our list yet, certain boxes that we haven't ticked that we need to. And that's where we start to dig a bit deeper. That's where the Seven of Wands reversed comes into play. Well, where have we been putting our energy? Why do I feel like this? Oh my God, it's because I have eaten takeout every day this week. I've ordered Uber Eats every day this week, or I just never got around to doing that thing that I wanted to do a month ago. And then the Magician is us sort of feigning confidence, kind of fake it till you make it mentality of delving into quick strategies to pull that confidence back and to pull that sense of direction and purpose back. I feel us really coming into our power, though, by the time we hit this Father of Swords moment where we're able to confidently and accurately seek those answers from within. Our bottom deck energy as a collective for this full moon in Capricorn reading is the Mother of Pentacles. So the Mother of Pentacles is telling me that the overall energy that this full moon is bringing us is intended to pull us back into our power and to balance our skills out. I consider the Mother of Pentacles to be a very sentimental, caring, kind, nurturing energy with strong morals, strong sense of loyalty, strong sense of commitment, very independent, self-sufficient, self-made. Just very self-serving, Queen of the Capricorn Pentacles energy. So that is what this full moon is supposed to bring, but in order to do that, it's going to highlight areas where we have been lacking in terms of our needs. And this seems to be materially based, which makes sense. Capricorn is an earth sign that's linked to material things. We're talking about relationships, we're talking about money, we're talking about schoolwork, we're talking about the clothes on your back and how you choose to physically see yourself in society as well. But without delving too deep, that's what I see in our collective reading. I'm going to get some, let's get a gem oracle card as well. So Spirit, what do we need to know as a collective about this full moon in Capricorn moment? Is there anything else that I've missed? Hello. Hello. We have 2 cards here, but I could talk about them for hours. Okay, listen, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right. We have the rose quartz showing up for us in the reverse position. This card is an air element attribute with the number 27. We have Uranus as the astrological symbol, and we also have the root chakra down here. And look at that beautiful yoga pose. Yes, stretch those hips. Okay, so that is the first gem oracle card. We also have red jasper, which is attributed towards the fire element. We have the number 5, we have Mars over here, and we have the sacral chakra, as well as that interesting yoga pose in the corner there. So what we need to know as a collective about this full moon in Capricorn is that it is really about us, and it's about us taking responsibility and accountability for our actions towards our goals. Now, when I want you to look at your goals, I don't want you to see them as these far-fetched things that you wrote down on your New Year's resolution paper, right? I want you to look at your goals as ways that you can better enhance your experience as an individual in this lifetime, because they're showing us Uranus, not Saturn. So we're not supposed to be looking at our goals as, well, how can I be successful? How can I be wealthy? How can I be the healthiest version of myself, like I said I was going to be this past new moon? I want you to look at this as a reinvention of self, attaining a higher level of who you are in terms of your individuality, not measuring your success and your needs based on what society wants you to think. I think of Uranus as very transformative and something that is very future orientated and very individual and subjective. This is not you comparing yourself to others, comparing yourself to family, to friends, to siblings, to a peer group, to a work situation, colleagues. This is you comparing yourself to yourself. Last year you were like this, and you promised yourself last year when you were in that position that you were going to elevate your circumstances to this. So that's how I want you to look at this. Your only true competitor here is yourself. And I feel like this full moon in Capricorn is encouraging you to examine those goals that you've made for yourself, when it was centered around you being a better version of yourself for you. I also think that this full moon in Capricorn is supposed to highlight to us our individual qualities and our unique personal traits that help us get through these tricky circumstances. I feel like this is going to help us think outside the box of some things that we have felt stuck in, some situations, some troubles, some circumstances that we've had where we wanted answers, we didn't know how to break out. Maybe some of you have felt like you were very limited in your circumstances, and this full moon in Capricorn, through this process of building your confidence back up, is going to reveal how you can emancipate yourself from these circumstances, playing true to your strengths as an individual. And I do see that the overall goal of this full moon's energy is to really bring things forward. We have a lot of retrogrades at the moment. Sagittarius, excuse me, Jupiter? Sagittarius can't go retrograde, Lorraine, calm down. Jupiter just went retrograde as well. I think Saturn's so slow, it's surely still in retrograde. Gemini, in terms of Mercury's not retrograde anymore, but there's a lot of other retrogrades going on, and I know that Jupiter just went retrograde. So this feeling, it can bring things to the surface. It isn't supposed to permanently slow you down, though. There is a purpose and a reason why these things happen. And, you know, everything doesn't fall apart every year just because they happen as well. So I really feel like this full moon in Capricorn is supposed to propel you forward. And in order to do that, it has to illuminate things that you had been either suppressing or needed to focus on. and you weren't previously able to because you were so distracted from them in the past. So that's what I'm seeing as a collective in terms of the full moon in Capricorn reading. I'm now going to introduce you to the 4 groups where you can choose to get a more specific and tailored message of what you can expect this full moon in Capricorn. Okay, you guys, so welcome to the pick a group portion of this video today. We have 4 groups laid out in front of me here, group 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are going to get more specific messages now about the full moon in Capricorn. I'll also be looking at how you can use this as an opportunity to be more successful, because I really do think of Capricorn as success. Listen, I'm biased. I have so much Capricorn in my chart, but we don't just want to be talking about the weaknesses and the challenges. Let's talk about how we can overcome those challenges, those obstacles, those adversities, etc., so that we can move closer towards what we want and what we feel we need. So starting over here, group 1, you guys are the shell over here. I'm holding it over in this corner because I think I might try to crop this image to make it more finessed for you. So group 1, if you choose this group, you will have the shell, this beautiful, beautiful tropical seashell. Group 2, if you choose this group, you will have the only piece of coral today. Everything else is a shell. And this piece of coral, oh, so pretty. It's gotten more and more bleached as I've kept it in the sun as well, but it's such a pretty, pretty piece of coral. So that's group 2. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's group 2 with a bang. Group 3, you guys will have the oyster shell over here. This pretty and slightly purple oyster shell. Again, I've been keeping it in the sun, so it's a little bit bleached, but it's still gorgeous in its own beautiful way. Group 3. Group 4, you guys will have this pretty seashell. So very different to the first and third shells. It's a very, very pretty one. They all are though. Listen, I don't keep things in my house for no reason. I do feel an attachment to them. So this is group 4. So those are the 4 groups. You may choose to join me in the meditation video, which will be playing after this clip. The meditation video is just over a minute long, and it gives you an opportunity to feel for your correct group, or you could choose to jump ahead. Timestamps are down below. Join me in your reading when you're ready.
So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color. It could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading.
Group number 1. If you guys chose this beautiful shell, then this is going to be your pick a group portion for the full moon in Capricorn predictions reading. So group 1, we got a lot of ground to cover. Let's first see what you can expect this full moon in Capricorn, and then we're going to pull oracle cards to see how you can gain success from this astrological event. Do I believe in these readings? Hell yes, I do. If you would like to question my beliefs, do by all means comment down below. I'm keen and ready to share my knowledge with you, my personal experience with you. I do want this platform to be more engaging. I want it to be a safe place though, so I really would encourage you to think twice before posting something that is just genuinely mean. I want you to use this platform as an opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals and not as an opportunity to bully one another. So please, 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 if it has no intention to educate and encourage a safe place for others to share their opinions, then do withhold from sharing your comment. Otherwise, share away. Group 1, please, Spirit. I'm not going to take that yet. I'm so sorry, because I feel like that was more talking about what I was talking about. All right, Group 1, what can they expect this full moon in Capricorn? Holy heck, that was quick. We're being shown the Wheel of Fortune reversed over here. Okay. We also have the Four of Pentacles coming out reversed. Okay. Group 1, what can they expect? We have the Ten of Coins coming out upright. Righty-heighty. And I might get one more card. What can they expect? Full moon in Capricorn, Spirit. 2 come out. I knew it. I saw 2 in my mind, but I just thought 1. Temperance upright. And we also have the Ten of Cups reversed. Wow. I'm hearing that song. Is it Group Love? If you want it, you got it. I got what you need. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think that's Eskimo Joe, actually. Bottom deck energy is the sun upright. So listen, I'm seeing a conflict of, of information here. I've got to be honest with you. The sun as your bottom deck energy and the Ten of Coins in the middle of your spread with Temperance upright and the Four of Pentacles reversed. It's telling me that you've really got to align with your values in this time, and aligning your values with your sense of happiness and purpose, because I think that in the recent months some of you guys have forgotten who you truly are in the sense of what truly makes you happy. I think that we might have gotten a bit too wrapped up in the pursuit of happiness that we forgot to simply be happy. Some of you guys have very high expectations of yourself, and there's this constant looming sense of dread of what if I don't achieve that expectation. Now, this could be pertaining towards a serious relationship or finding the one. With the Ten of Cups reversed, it could be some of you guys wanting to have children and feeling very frustrated that you can't. I see that overall, though, there is a feeling here of really connecting with your core beliefs of who you are as a person, and realizing that that is how you are going to be happy, and that there are many ways to express and practice those core beliefs without neglecting your happiness as well. The Wheel of Fortune reverse tells me that initially this week for you, or these 2 weeks for you in this full moon energy, is going to highlight a sense of everything that hasn't gone right. Look at everything that's gone wrong. That's what it's going to feel like initially. It's going to feel like you've just been dealt a shitty hand of cards, for lack of a better word, and you're going to feel almost victimized by your circumstances. It might not be that severe for a lot of you. For some of you, you could just feel a little bit down, or you could just feel like, oh gosh, why did I have to get that parking ticket? Out of everybody parked on this street, why did I get the parking ticket? It might be something small, it could be something major, but it's going to feel like things just aren't going your way. And it's going to put you in a spin where you feel like things really aren't going your way. Now, this leads us to the Four of Pentacles energy. In reverse, this is encouraging you to re-examine what you are holding on to. This is encouraging you to look at the things that you are choosing to feed energy, time, and effort towards, and to really see whether that is worth your time, because time is the most valuable commodity in our existence. Money, okay, cool, but money can't really buy time. You don't know how much time you have in your life. And I feel like time, this is just how I'm taught to look at it and interpret this through my reading. It is the most important. Oh my gosh. How dare you? Kirk merch, you guys. If you would like to buy some Kirkalicious merch, it's live. He's reminding you. No, he's reminding me that he's still here. He thinks I've neglected him. So the Four of Pentacles reverse is reminding you that your time is precious. You don't have a heck of a lot of it. You don't know when you're going to run out of it. So choose to invest it wisely, and choose to invest it into the things that genuinely bring you happiness, with the sun being your underarching energy here, your overarching energy. It's really reminding you that your joy is everything in this lifetime. Your sense of connection is everything in this lifetime, because what you choose to forge meaningful connections to is what will bring you your joy. And I feel like the Ten of Coins is either talking about this as way of like family, or those really serious people in your life, those serious friends, those serious partners. whether this is a business partner, a relationship partner. These are things that have forged who you are. This is the key to finding your personal success. If you can choose to build a career based on these values or based on these beliefs, if you can choose to build a strong future for yourself based on these values, these beliefs, that is how you will achieve your version of happiness and success. Doesn't mean that you can't have other versions of it. Doesn't mean that you can't be, maybe, you know, at your core you believe in equality and equity, but you're also super bougie and love buying into consumerism. Doesn't mean that you're not allowed to express yourself in those ways. But I feel like if you were to be just that, if you were just bougie, if you were just heavily a consumer who fed millions and millions of dollars into these greedy corporations, you wouldn't be happy. You wouldn't be happy. It takes a healthy balance here, and that's what this full moon in Capricorn is reminding you of, is what truly makes you you in terms of your beliefs, your values, etc. And I feel like the focus is on connection for you and family and spending your time appropriately to balance out your needs. We have Temperance over here in the upright, so Temperance is encouraging you to be careful with your energy. It's, yes, it's your time. I think that that's Capricorn reminding you about your time, but the moon in general, this full moon in general, is reminding you about your energy here with Temperance upright and really being mindful of the energy that you put out and receive back. I feel like you might have people wanting more of your time and energy this next 2 weeks. I think that this Temperance is also just encouraging you to go easy and to do a little bit of everything. Too much of anything is especially bad for you now. It usually always is. It's like a proverb of some sort. But especially now in this full moon's energy, too much of anything is going to be bad for you. You need to spread yourself out and give yourself outlets as well, energetic outlets, a creative outlet, an exercise, a physical outlet, a way of just doing something that is both enriching and expressive at the same time. And we finish your spread with the Ten of Cups reverse, which it does tell me that there may be a turning point here. This full moon in Capricorn for your group, group one, could flip things over and make you really examine where you've been investing your emotional energy as well. This makes me think that there's going to be frustration if we haven't had the emotional results that we were expecting. This is looking at long-term relationships. This is looking at growing a family as well. With the Ten of Cups reverse, this could be a couple struggling to have a child. There's going to be frustration here, but the overall emphasis is to not beat yourself up for not meeting your own personal expectations and to seek other sources of fulfillment in this time. Because overall, this full moon in Capricorn for you is asking for you to balance out your needs and for you to address those needs from a sense of, well, what do I value? For some of you, maybe you really did want to have a serious relationship because you wanted that sense of connection. You wanted someone who could understand you and believe in you. There are other ways to achieve that, and this full moon in Capricorn is encouraging you to connect to those other alternative ways. So let's get some oracle cards as well. What advice does group one need? I'm going to ask that first, and then we're going to ask ways that you can be successful, you guys, because I think that I need to give you advice first. Group one, what advice do they need for this full moon in Capricorn? What advice do they need? We have the full moon in Sagittarius coming out for you. Look at the bigger picture here. That is the Wheel of Fortune's energy. We have it's time to take action, new moon in Aries. So you fall under that group that is going to be very motivated towards the things that you see deficits in. In the collective reading, there was a group who wanted to be more materially motivated, whereas there was another group who needed to be more emotionally motivated. And I think that for you, this is materially motivated. This is you finding deficits in your material world, which can include connection. Right? This can include spending more physical time with the people that you care about, but it comes from a physical need. Your bottom deck energy is hold your vision, fixed moon, and I do think that it's reversed for a reason. I think that this is encouraging you to be a little bit of a 3D bender here, like bending your reality a little bit. You don't have to get stuck in old routines. With the Four of Pentacles reversed, you don't have to be stubborn and stagnant. Just because you were doing something for so long doesn't mean you can't change it up a little bit, get a bit flexible. I think that it's time to re-examine your situation and really see where you can bring more joy into your world. And I think that for you, the biggest advice is when you get that clarity, take action. Don't wait. Don't delay it for another day. Take action. And look at the bigger picture over here is really encouraging you to think outside the box. Don't limit your experience. Don't limit your potential, your opportunities. You may even seek travel in this time. You may even start new hobbies in this time. There's a lot of fire down here. They're encouraging you to have outlets at this time. I'm seeing first. I'm seeing new time and energy invested. So for some of you, you could be forging new connections in this time. You could be forging new experiences in this time, really ticking some things off your box that you've off your list of things that you've neglected as well. So let us see how you can be successful. How can group 1 use this energy of the full moons in Capricorn to be successful? We have community, reaching out to others, connecting with others, really seeking those connections that you already have and feeding more energy into them. With the number 7 here, it is encouraging you to be careful. Like, you don't have to go out there and foster relationships with every single person on your Facebook friends list, but it is asking you to move forward with the meaningful ones. I think of 7 as a very intentional and purposeful movement, especially because that makes me think of the Chariot and divine guidance in general. So this isn't about investing energy into everybody and anybody just because they're there. This is about investing energy into people that are meant to be a part of your life, the people who you get good energy from, the people who give as much as they receive, the people who enrich your core sense of values and beliefs, the people who make you smile, the people who bring you joy, that sort of energy. How else can group 1 use the full moon in Capricorn's energy to be more successful? The sun, you got the sun twice. They really want you to focus on your happiness. I can't say that enough. And they're encouraging you to start new things in order to do this. Yes, you may know what brings you happiness stereotypically. Maybe you've always been a gardener. Maybe you've always been a gamer. These things bring you joy. They're asking you to start new hobbies in this time. Or if you have recently started new hobbies, put more energy into them with the sun coming out. I'm seeing a lot of first house energy being implied here in this advice section. We also have happy family, spending more time with the people who make you who you are, whether family is your blood or family is selected. It's your choice. These are people who bring joy though. So if you aren't on good terms with your blood family, then we're clearly talking about your selected family. These are people who bring that joy out of you though, who bring a sense of harmony to you as well, seeking those meaningful moments for connection in a positive way, not just, if you've always sit on the couch at 7 o'clock and eat your dinner together, maybe let's do something a little bit different this time. Maybe let's get a box of pizza this time and watch an old classic movie this time that we all like. Spicing it up a little bit to really bring that joy, that experience. It's not a time to be frugal, is what Spirit is saying. Try new things with the people that you love. And also, we have the door to value in reverse. So I do see that the best way that you can be successful this full moon in Capricorn is re-examining your door to value. Is this what is going to make me happy? Is this truly how I measure success? If I get what I want behind this door, is it going to fulfill my needs? And that could be a very profound question, because maybe some of you have been chasing the wrong version of success. Bottom deck energy is the World card reverse, so it isn't over yet, and we do have an opportunity to do the things that we feel like we've been neglecting, to do the things that we feel like we've been putting on hold, and to do the things that have been on our list for some time. We are the main hero. We are the main character in our story, right? We don't want to be a non-player character in our own story. We don't want to be that person who, when their life flashes before their eyes, they just see the same thing the same day every day. They're really encouraging you, this full moon in Capricorn, to incorporate new firsts and to do the things that you have been wanting to do for some time. So real quick, because I know that you guys are going to want to know this, group 1, can we get a quick love prediction this full moon in Capricorn? Quick love prediction. Okay, can you please just back that up with another message? Group 1, full moon in Capricorn, love prediction. Okay, thank you. Yeah. They're showing me two things. First of all, I heard "Don't Make Me Wait," Sting and Shaggy, and I also heard oh, that song's gone now. Damn. Oh well. it might come back. We have the Father of Pentacles reversed as your bottom deck energy. So for those of you who would like to know about what this full moon in Capricorn will do to your love life, group one, I need you to know that if you're waiting for something to change, change starts within you. Expecting somebody else to change is a pointless effort and task on your behalf, because I see that you are only really going to be able to get your sense of harmony and balance when you put the focus back on yourself and finding those needs met for yourself. I feel that for those of you who aren't in a serious relationship, or your relationships on the rocks, I do think that they're encouraging you to focus more on yourself, because I see that the more that you focus on this person, the less likely it is that they are going to change, or that they are going to fulfill your needs in the way that you want them to. The Three of Wands reversed is literally telling me don't wait, invest your energy elsewhere. And I'm also seeing here that if you are in a stable, committed, happy relationship where there's nothing wrong at all, they're really encouraging you not to wait. There's moments, there's experiences, there's opportunities that you want as a couple to continue to enrich your successful relationship, and they're really encouraging you to do that. I'm getting this energy here of don't wait, okay, group one, because the Four of Wands is saying that you will get your sense of balance and harmony, but you're looking in the wrong direction. You guys are standing on the cliff, staring out to the hinterlands, like you guys are looking over the mountains and the rocky terrain when you have a whole ocean behind you. You're facing the wrong way. You're waiting for the wrong results. You're waiting for the wrong outcome. Face the other way. With the Empress reverse, nothing will come of this situation. It will stagnate and it won't grow. It is time to accept our loss in that direction and turn around and try something new. I definitely think that you're being encouraged to expand, but you simply can't right now. What you really need to do is look at this as less of an expansive process and more of a stabilizing process. This trying new things is helping to bring more stability into this rocky situation in all regards. With the Ace of Swords reversed, I'm hearing a flat out no, and I'm hearing that you guys know the answers here. You've been thinking of something, you've been thinking of doing something, and I do think that this will help you get the traction that you need, help you move forward in the way that you were wanting. With the Sun of Swords upright, I'm seeing a lot of quick movement once we make that mental decision to turn around and try a different approach or a different direction, or to do that thing that we always wanted to do as a couple, and we're going to make time for it now. I'm seeing a lot of quick movement once that happens. I'm seeing that what we're doing right now isn't going to lead to the success and the stability that we were wanting. We need to put more energy towards more I'm hearing meaningful, but I think that it's more movement-based results. Like, we can't just stand there and stare at the mountains. We've got a whole ocean of movement behind us, and the more that we look at that movement, the more that we're going to be able to get the results that we want when it comes to love. So group one, that has been your full moon in Capricorn reading. We got a lot of information in a quick amount of time too, so I am impressed. I usually talk way too much. I hope that today's video was helpful for you. Feel free to bounce back to the collection reading if you would like to. Otherwise, I really appreciate you for being here. I want to take a quick second to thank your guides, my guides, and our spiritual teams for helping me channel today's messages and for keeping me safe in that process as well. Thank you for all of your support, and I shall see you in another video. Bye! Hi group 2 and welcome. If you guys chose the coral piece over here, then this is going to be your full moon in Capricorn prediction reading, group specific. We're going to get very specific here, group 2. So let us start with some tarot. I'm using the Inkromancy deck to start off. Let me get this hair out of the way. I don't think that fell off my eyebrow. Oh my gosh. Group 2, please, Spirit. Can we please get clear, honest messages for group 2 today? What can they expect this full moon in Capricorn? What can group 2 expect this full moon in Capricorn? We have the Four of Pentacles coming out, reverse. This just came out for group 1. But let's see if it has a different energy for you. Group 2, please, Spirit. What can they expect this full moon in Capricorn? We have the Strength card reversed. Okay, I don't mind that. Not at all. Group 2. No. Really? You guys got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. A lot of fires coming out blocked here. We've got a bit of Leo blocked. We've got Jupiter blocked, which tells me Sagittarius and Pisces is blocked. Also, I know I'm a little bit too over disclosing in these videos, but my stomach is making weird sounds, so I apologize if you hear that. It's not the high-pitched ringing. And I have no reason to be hungry. I ate, trust me, so I don't know what's going on down there. Group 2, please, Spirit. What can you tell us about what they can expect this full moon in Capricorn for group 2? We have the Three of Cups reversed. Oh my days, you're the emotional bibbers. You're the ones that need to just be wrapped up in tissue paper. Yeah, and you need to be given chocolates. You need to be given praise, told that you are special, you are loved. I feel like it might be especially difficult in terms of your emotions, but listen, this is temporary with the Six of Swords finishing your spread. Bottom deck energy for you is the Six of Cups reversed. Wow, there is a rhyme and reason for this emotional energy. You are getting some sort of reconciliation here. Now I use that word lightly, okay? Reconciliation doesn't necessarily mean that this is someone from your immediate past coming back, but this is someone who you've had a history with in a past life potentially. This is your energy being balanced and reconciled because you have been feeling that there was something missing here on an emotional level. We are reconciling that this full moon in Capricorn. We start your reading over here with the Four of Pentacles reversed. Now this tells me that it is not a time to be frugal as a collective. I feel like we are being encouraged to get out of comfort zones or safety nets, and we're being encouraged to be more connected and to reach out more and to be a little bit more open, to not be so closed off, to not be so quick to sort of run and hide and self-isolate as we've been doing within safety reasons. You know, you guys, I'm not out here telling you to infect each other, but within safety reasons, you're being encouraged to get out of this little bubble that you've been in and to be more open to connection. With the Strength card here reversed, you can expect this to be uncomfortable and potentially awkward at first, but it will be something that you do acclimate to. Like the first time, you know, you go swimming and you put your foot in the water and it's a bit cold and you're like, ah! And then slowly, excuse me, the shirt is making weird noises now. Slowly, piece by piece, your body's lowered into the water and you get a little bit better at it. You're being encouraged to test yourself here because this is a test of time and courage and patience. Time, courage, and patience. Initially, it's the courage of getting out of that comfort zone, and then it's the courage of making time to continue to get out of that comfort zone, and then it's the test of being patient enough to continue investing time to get out of that comfort zone as well. So you can do this. I see that for you guys. This is about not going back to that feeling of without, because I feel like you have been feeling without. I feel like there is a feeling of lack here, which is why you're breaking out of this comfort zone in the first place. The Wheel of Fortune reversed is saying that it may not be easy initially, but it is going to help you figure out exactly what you want. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is reversed to also encourage you to examine where you choose to invest, whether it's you're investing money, you're investing time, you're investing energy, you're investing love. There's this feeling here of before you spin the wheel, what are you wagering? That's what they're saying. It's kind of like you go to gamble and they're like, where are your chips? What are you putting down on the table? You know, or before you even sit down at that pokey machine, they're like, how much money are you putting in? There's this question here of what are you willing to invest with the Wheel of Fortune reversed? Before we give you what you want, what are you willing to invest in the first place? Oh my days, that has just hit me like a ton of bricks. Wow. We also have the Three of Cups reversed here. So this is interesting. Three of Cups reversed for me is a feeling of taking things seriously. It's also taking things a bit more intimately, because I feel like something's going on here with your friend group. Either you're not connecting with them, either you're not really opening up to them and actually having those deep and meaningful conversations in the way that you could and should be doing, because you're all going through similar things and it would be very helpful if you opened up more. Or the Three of Cups is reversed because you're meeting each other a lot, but we're just not getting that emotional response that we desire. We're looking for love in the wrong places, potentially. We're looking for emotional stimulation, emotional expansion, and connection in the wrong places with this card reversed. It's very interesting. It's a feeling as though it's there in front of you, but you just can't connect to it. It's like that peculiar and yet all too familiar feeling of being in a crowded room and feeling completely alone. That's what it feels like. And the reason why this is happening, full moon in Capricorn, is because it's highlighting to you that you've been investing love in the wrong places. You've been investing energy into the wrong places. Hey guys, how about this time, instead of us, just sitting around and scrolling on our phones for 3 hours, why don't we like go out to dinner together and actually talk to each other? Like, I feel like it's not about getting rid of people. It's about being more specific about how you want to invest your emotions into those people, if that makes sense. And for some of you, this is about taking someone seriously, or seriously looking at a connection and understanding how you want that to be shaped for yourself. Now, with the Six of Swords upright over here, the whole purpose of this full moon in Capricorn for you is to give you the clarity you need in order to keep moving forward. This is very much a moment of reflection for you, and it starts internally, as all things do. It starts with you realizing that you are in a lack mentality, that you feel like you're lacking something. It starts with you trying to test yourself, to seek support through that lack, and to feel that need for yourself. And it starts with you going out of a comfort zone and testing your courage and your patience and your timing. It starts with you realizing what you want to invest, and how much you have to wager in order to feel this feeling of lack as well. Well, in order to have a meaningful connection, I need to be open, emotionally available for this to happen. I'm actually seeing someone who isn't emotionally available, and I'm choosing to focus on that instead of how I'm not emotionally available as well. So you might be looking at your friend and going, geez, why don't they ever ask me how I am? Like, every time we see each other, we're always scrolling on our phones. And then you might have that moment of clarity and go, oh my gosh, it's because I never asked them. I'm just as bad. I've gotten stuck in this cycle as well. I haven't chosen to change the trajectory of this relationship either. The Six of Swords is bringing you the clarity you need to continue to move forward. And I do want to say that the Six of Swords card is about being selective about who you move forward with as well. You only have one vessel here. We can't take everybody in this vessel. So you might be choosing to move forward with a select few number of people. Let us get some gem oracle cards for you. Are we going to? No, sorry. We're using the Moonology cards naturally. So, full moon in Capricorn for group 2. Can you get some advice? And then we'll ask how you can use this energy to get your success. Group 2, please, Spirit, can we get some advice for them? This full moon in Capricorn, do you have some advice for group 2? We got 3 cards. Okay. I'm not going to look at the bottom deck energy yet. Yes, I will. I'm too nosy. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius reversed as your bottom deck energy. I'm too curious. No, we can't keep getting messages. Advice for you. We have the new moon in Virgo. A time to give rather than take. So this is giving me 6th house energy. Look after your health, especially. It is going to change the way that you feel about yourself. That's the only reason I say this. You know your body best. You know what is healthy for you. I'm not talking about, losing weight or putting on weight or anything like that. It's about how you perceive yourself here. You're going to feel better about yourself if you take care of yourself this full moon in Capricorn. Give yourself a pamper evening or a pamper morning, depending on what your schedule's like. You need a day of self-care here, where you're kind to yourself so that you can reflect enough to know where you want to invest. Because I do think that with give here, you're going to realize that you haven't been open enough to the people around you or to the opportunities around you, because I feel like you're meeting the universe with a lot of resistance here, group 2, and the universe is wanting to give you things. They're wanting to fulfill your needs, especially your emotional needs, but you have to give a little. By Maggie Rogers, okay? It's a good song. You have to give a little first so the universe can truly bless you with the opportunities that your soul is craving. We also have full moon in Libra. A win-win outcome is forecast in the reverse. This doesn't mean that you're going to fail. It just means that you haven't been meeting things in the right way. Okay, this full moon in Capricorn is highlighting to you where certain things need more of your attention. It's not meant to make you feel guilty. I just want to say that, okay? This reading isn't meant to make you feel guilty. It's not meant to make you feel like you're a failure. That is not my intention. That is not Spirit's intention. We are blessed in this universe to have so much opportunity, and that is the intention of this information, is to show you that there are other opportunities there. There are opportunities worth your investment, and I think that that is what this full moon in Capricorn is going to offer you as well. The advice is to be open to that information and to be open to those that information about your partnerships as well, with this being a full moon in Libra, to be open to examine those relationships and partnerships. Just because that person has been in your life for some time doesn't mean that you can't reflect on the circumstances. I like to do this every 6 months to a year. I just go into full hermit mode and think about everyone in my life, and I looked like I disappear off the face of the earth every 6 months, but I'm just thinking, like, who do I want to keep moving forward with? How are these relationships enriching and fulfilling? How aren't they? How can I balance them out? Are they worth salvaging? Are they worth maintaining and feeding energy into? And that is what this period seems to be for you guys. Maybe not as drastic, but certainly a period. We have your commitment is being tested. This is the first quarter moon reversed. So I'm seeing here that overall, it's about where you want to put your energy towards. Your commitment is being tested as reversed because you technically haven't committed yourself to anything yet. Before you do, we're going to figure out where you want to first, so that we don't have to run into these issues down the track, because that is the issue here. We don't want to have a massive tower moment 3 months down the line because we accidentally invested ourselves in the wrong energies or in the wrong outcomes, in the wrong path forward. Before we are blessed with this divine intervention of grace and fortune, with the Wheel of Fortune here, we're being encouraged to look at where we want to invest ourselves. Where do we want to commit ourselves first before we are given that? Because we will be given it. I got to tell you that much. You just need to go through some emotional changes first, a change of heart first, to see that. So let's see how you can be successful with this full moon in Capricorn energy. Group 2, please, Spirit. How can Group 2 use the full moon in Capricorn's energy to be successful towards their needs? Daughter Spirit, okay, ask for help and you will receive. Ask for the answers and you will receive. They're basically just saying this: be open. Ask, ask, ask. Pray, pray, pray if that's what you do. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Write your questions down. Journal them out if that's what you do, but stay open to receive. What else can Group 2 do to gain success from this full moon in Capricorn? We have patience. Yes, be patient with your results, okay? Because this is a test of patience. It's a test of time and a test of courage. So be patient with your results. You aren't being forgotten. We just going to take a little bit of time, because good things come to those who wait, in the sense of, if it is really, really worth waiting for, it will be worth waiting for. You know, we're not just being given this for the sake of the universe laughing at us, you know. Oh my gosh, I feel that though. You have your days where you feel like this is just a big lie and there's so much skepticism and doubt, but that isn't what this is. It's a test of patience, because in your case, you can use this full moon in Capricorn to see how your patience will be rewarded. You're not just going to be sitting idly, you know, twisting your thumbs. You're going to be focusing on things. You're going to have a sense of direction for yourself. You're going to have a sense of this is how I'm moving forward, with that feeling of lack now, and addressing that lack for myself, meeting the universe halfway so that they can help me fill this sense of void within me. We also have community here, so I see that overall the goal here is connection for you, similar to Group 1. But yours is emotional. Yours is about finding your tribe of people who understand you, and moving forward with the right people as well. I see that overall you're being encouraged to examine your partnerships and your connections, and to not leave a stone unturned. Doesn't mean that we're going to have to do some heavy restructuring, but I do see that that's how you will find your answers. We have caring connections coming out for you to solidify that, because not all of these connections are caring. Spirit's saying your bottom deck energy is adjacent possibilities. Yes, keep your door open to other possibilities. So real quick, before we finish your reading, I'm just going to see what you can expect in love, because I know some of you guys want to know that. Group 2, what can they expect with this full moon in Capricorn in love? What can group 2 expect this full moon in Capricorn in love? We have the Sun of Wands. Okay, this is promising. Sorry. We have the Sun of Wands coming out upright. We have the Justice card coming out upright. Beneath that was the King of Cups reverse. So I'm going to take it because it has a little message that's being amplified by the Three of Pentacles and the Six of Cups, Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups, 9 of Wands. Wow. You know what they're saying? For those of you who have been struggling to find the partner that you need, or have been struggling to balance your connection out, it's because you have not been trusting yourself enough, and you've also been neglecting your energy. You are a sponge, group 2. When you wake up every morning, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror as a clean sponge, a completely clean, perfectly made, beautiful sponge. From the minute you leave your unconscious state to the minute you return to it at night, you are absorbing energy, information, ideas about how you see yourself, about how you see others, about how you see the world around you. You're absorbing it all until the moment you go to sleep, and you're kind of able to flush it out, but not completely. So I want you to be careful, because you have the opportunity here to have this emotional fulfillment, but it does require you meeting the universe halfway. With your Father of Cups reversed, you need to be open and emotionally available for this, and you also need to be able to take that adjacent possibility. The Sun of Wands is encouraging you to be flexible and dynamic with your energy. This is spontaneous change. This is talking about travel and movement, and seeming to be a little bit fickle, but no, it's for you. It's about changing the energy in order to attain the partnerships and the commitments that you desire, whether that's with an existing person or a completely new one. You have the opportunity to have your Six of Cups soulmate here, but the idea is being available to work with them, seeing this as a two-way street. You have to give in order to receive. You have to be open in order to receive, and you will receive. The universe wants to give you everything and more that you've been wanting when it comes to love. But I do see here that the question is, what have you been feeding your energy into? With the Nine of Wands reversed, some of you have been feeding energy into something that is taking more than it's giving, and it's time to let go and move forward for yourself here. The Nine of Wands is also encouraging you to examine what is draining and what is just not at all ticking the boxes that you need. This is talking about the definition of insanity here. When you repeat the same thing over and over again and get the same result, but you're still doing it. The definition of insanity. They're really encouraging you to be open to adjacent possibilities, adjacent strategies, adjacent people, if that's the case. And in order to get the desired outcome here, to really switch up your situation here, your energy and how you invest it in order to get that fulfillment that you're seeking. So group 2, that's what I see for you. That has been your full moon in Capricorn prediction reading. I just want to take a quick second to thank your guides, my guides, our spiritual teams for helping me channel the messages today clearly. I'm going to remind you to take what resonates, sweet pea. Don't force anything to fit. Don't let it take from you. Thank you for all of your support, and I'll see you in another video. Bye! Group 3 and välkommen. If you guys chose the oyster shell over here, the slightly purple oyster shell, oh, that Palo Santo smells so good, you guys. Welcome. This is going to be your personal full moon in Capricorn. Well, it's not really personal, but it's a lot more finessed than the collective reading. Full moon in Capricorn predictions. I'm pretty excited. I am a Capricorn sun, but I also have 6 other placements of Capricorn in my chart. So I was like, oh, it's that time of the year again. Capricorn time, full moon in Capricorn time. Let me do a video. I'm going a little bit crazy. You're my 3rd group and I've been filming back to back, so excuse me. Let's get right into it for you guys. We're going to be using the Inkromancy Tarot deck today. Group 3, the Oyster Shell group. What can this full moon in Capricorn bring them? What can they expect, Spirit? What can group 3 expect this full moon in Capricorn? Oh, we have the Four of Wands reversed. Okay, I like this picture too. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Group 3, what can they expect this full moon in Capricorn, please? Oh, that Palo Santo's just chilled me right out. Love it. Group 3. What can they expect this full moon in Capricorn? We have the Page of Coins upright. I like that. Okay. Excuse me, that's reversed, but it's still a good energy. And makes sense for you guys. Group 3. What can they expect this full moon in? Excuse me. We have Justice reversed. Okay. Oh, we're all in the same boat from the looks. Wow, that collective reading was pretty spot on. It does sort of translate differently, and yet it's all the same in a way. We have the Chariot card coming out as a blockage. One more card, please, Spirit. What can they expect? Yeah, the Six of Cups just showed itself to me, but what can they expect this full moon in Capricorn? We have the Nine of Wands coming out upright for you. Interesting. Your bottom deck energy, group 3, is the Magician card coming out upright. Wowzers. Okay, so let me grab my amethyst. Excuse me, Amazonite. You are very much the magician in our collective spread. If you guys watched that, the collective spread revealed a lot about how confidence would play into this transformation of the full moon in Capricorn, coming back into our power, recognizing our power and moving forward with our skills. That is you, group 3. You're out here challenging the status quo with the Four of Wands and the Page of Coins reversed, challenging the status quo, challenging limitations. Well, you're too young to do that. Okay, cool. I'm just going to try harder. I'm going to work harder. I'm going to work longer. Or maybe you're too old to do that. Okay, cool. I'm just going to do it anyway. We only live once anyway. Like, you're really challenging status quos here. It feels like you are being met with some kind of barrier. Either you're too young, you're too old, you're too poor, you're too much this, you're too much that. It feels like it's a very tangible barrier, a societal barrier, and you're challenging it here because you want more. With the Four of Wands reversed, you're not settling down. This full moon in Capricorn could raise an ambitious streak within you. You could be challenging something by way of a partnership with justice being reversed, but I see overall that the goal here is to get what is owed to you with justice reversed, to get what is owed to you and to fully delve into what is yours. And it's a sense of, like, I want to say it's a sense of principle, like it's doing what is right based on principle here. I feel like you're a very hard worker, group 3, and whatever it is that you want, this full moon in Capricorn is really going to push you towards achieving it. I've got a lot of hiccups right now though, excuse me. There we go. I should get rid of them. I just needed to take a deep breath. I definitely think that this full moon in Capricorn is encouraging you to get what is owed to you here and to seek out, almost like a personal vendetta, to seek out your debts. I do think that for you guys, the desire is to move forward, but you are going to be met with resistance. With Chariot being your blockage, it kind of feels like we still have to either tie up something like loose ends, or we still have to work out the logistics of it. Like, this is what I want to do, and I've got all these big ideas now, and I know what I want to do, and it's very clear to me. Okay, but cool, you're one person. How are you going to do this? We may need to figure out the logistics of this. We may need to tie up loose ends in order to achieve this. We can't really move forward yet, is what the Chariot as a blockage is telling me. There is something still stopping us here, or the movement or the pace of things is stopping us. We have all these big plans, but we aren't being able to make them happen in the way that we want to. We're being met with resistance by way of momentum. Things seem to be slowing down instead of speeding up for us. And your energy is doing the opposite. Your energy is propelling you forward and giving you all these big ideas and making you want to be so much more than what you currently are. I see you guys really striving to elevate your circumstances, whether we're focusing on a relationship or your career here. Your character is wanting to develop much faster than it seems to be physically possible, and you're taking this as a personal challenge. And I honestly see the universe trying to help you with this as well, with the Magician being your bottom deck energy upright. The universe is very proud of what you're giving, because you're actually putting out a lot of inspiring energy. You're actually raising other people's sense of self as well, in the way that they choose to project their self-image, in the way that they choose to invest their energy towards their own goals. So Spirit and the universe kind of wants to help you with this. They're trying to help you develop your character quickly so that you don't lose belief in this idea. With the Seven of Swords reversed, it feels like you've unveiled some sort of truth, and they really want you you to maintain that truth. But I see here with the Nine of Wands, you are at risk of burnout here. This full moon in Capricorn is definitely raising your ambitions. And the question mark here is, okay, but you're one person. How are you going to do this? Don't burn out. Are you going to delegate? Are you going to enlist help? Are you going to strategize in depth and create that list for yourself? Monday, I'm going to do this. Tuesday, I'm going to do this. Or July, I'm going to do this. August, I'm going to do that. There's a sense here of don't burn out, so get more logistical. Really plan this out in a way where you're delegating your energy appropriately so that you don't burn out. And if this is a relationship or you trying to meet some sort of goal, they just want you to think of the fact that you are being met with certain limitations, so how can you overcome them? This could be any kind of limitation, you know, maybe what you want is at a distance for you. Okay, well, how can you overcome that limitation? Really encouraging you to get creative with your strategy here with the Nine of Wands. Now let us get some oracle cards as well. Let's see what else they can offer us. We're going to get Moonology cards first to see what advice they can give us. I'm also getting a message with the Four of Wands reversed, is encouraging you to try to spend time outside of your home, because I think that that is what is going to help you continue to build energy in a positive way. Don't get too stuck and stagnant at home. The Four of Wands reversed is almost encouraging you to get out of your comfort zone and to explore and to travel, and to try to connect with people in those travels as well. But I see you not wanting to sort of pigeonhole yourself. You're really just out here for yourself right now, and Spirit's encouraging that for you. There's a strong sense of individuality in your group especially. We're also being shown this Page of Coins reversed as a sense of you wanting to overcome a sense of immaturity, like you wanting to overcome a character flaw, something that has been labeled over you. It's not true. I don't believe it, Spirit doesn't believe it, and you don't believe it. So maintain that belief. And I do think that your relationships, it's not really partnerships that you seem to be focused on. You're really focused on this personal vendetta, this feeling of what I'm owed type of energy. So let's see what the advice for you is, this full moon in Capricorn. For group 3, what is the advice for them? We're being shown conclusions are within reach. Solar eclipse, full moon eclipse reversed. What is the advice for group 3? This full moon in Capricorn, Spirit. What is the advice for group 3? We're also being shown bring love into the situation, a new moon in Aquarius. Okay. And your bottom deck energy is meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. So this is interesting. I feel like I always say that. I'm a bit of a broken record sometimes. Conclusions are within reach. Bring love into the situation, meditate and contemplate. First of all, this new moon in Aquarius is giving me that Uranus vibe from the collective reading. 100% you are that group. How you see yourself is everything, and you should be seeing yourself with confidence. You should be seeing yourself as this sort of empty, or I don't want to say empty, let's say open vessel, ready to be filled with potential, ready to be filled with your purpose and your needs and what you are seeking in this lifetime. And I really feel like this new moon Aquarius is a fresh start. I think that for some of you this could be a relationship thing, and really getting out of a comfort zone, trying to overcome your character flaws by putting yourself out there more. But overall, bring love into the situation is talking about love for self and love for others by way of compassion and kindness. It's showing me the humanitarian side of the Aquarius sign. And I really feel like you, as this sort of water bearer, what you're doing is very healing for others. It is very inspiring for others, because you do it with this sense of love for yourself. Like, this is what I need to do for me. I'm not doing this because my better half told me to, you know, or my significant other wanted me to change. I'm not doing this because I have kids and they look up to me. I'm doing this because I want this for myself, and it's what I need to do. And that is the most inspiring version of love, to do something for yourself in a way that it isn't harming others, it is inspiring others, it is offering others hope, and it's offering others a window into what it looks like to be so self-motivated in a positive way. That is the most beneficial way of helping humanity, and that's why I think Spirit really has your back, group 3. They want you to achieve these things. They want you to do these things. They want you to be able to overcome your adversities and challenges. By doing these things for yourself, you are inspiring so many others. So You're being encouraged to continue doing what you feel is right for yourself, embracing your individuality, really looking at yourself as an individual as well. You especially need to be careful with who you compare yourself with. Your version of peers or your competition is very specific, and it's a specifically small pool of people. You can't compare yourself to the general collective. You can't compare yourself to other people your age or in a similar demographic. You are a very specific peer group. So be careful with your comparison here, is your advice as well. In fact, you should only be comparing yourself to yourself. You fall into that group. Compare yourself with who you used to be 2 years ago or 2 months ago or I don't know, weeks ago for some of you. Compare yourself with yourself. Try not to pigeonhole yourself by comparing yourself to others. We have conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse reversed. I think this is because of the Nine of Wands. I have a feeling that you aren't supposed to reach your conclusion yet. I have a feeling that you are supposed to continue going. And in order to do that, you do have to be careful with your energy, with your general approach, just trying to not burn out, because I don't think that this is supposed to end. I think that for you, you are supposed to continue to climb. Group 3, you're not supposed to hit a threshold, you're not supposed to hit a barrier. You're supposed to continually ask questions and continually question the structure of things and the perceived limitations over your experiences. You are supposed to continually expand. This full moon eclipse is almost reminding us that the limit does not exist, and your advice is to not see something as final as well, to continue changing and what's the best word, like challenging the status quo, as I was saying in the beginning. And this meditate and contemplate business might be a way of helping you stay grounded and recharging so that you can continue moving forward. I feel like this is encouraging you to get your mind clear and to get that plan clear so that you don't burn out as well. This might help you calm yourself enough to be able to create a clear plan of action moving forward, giving yourself an opportunity this full moon in Capricorn to strategize and map out how you want to move forward as well, encouraging yourself to come from a place of compassion and kindness and going off what you know too. You don't have to do this completely in the dark. You know your personality well. Who are you? Are you that kind of person who procrastinates, or are you that kind of person that needs to be told when to stop and really plan based on what you know? So let's see how you can use this full moon in Capricorn to achieve your success. How can group 3 use this full moon in Capricorn to achieve their success? Hello, 2 quads. Oh, we have contract coming out upright. Excuse me. We also have the 4th chakra. This is your heart chakra. Anahata, Archangel Raphael. We also have your bottom deck energy, which is attachment. So ominous looking. Attachment. I'm going to put that there. Okay. So group 3, please, Spirit. What is their key to success, this full moon in Capricorn? You do need to work with other people. I'm sorry to say it, but you need to either make some sort of promise to yourself or to someone else. They're hinting with contract here that the best way that you can get serious is by putting it in writing. So this might be a specific message, but maybe you guys are the kind where, you know, you manifest something or you want something to work out, you write it down, or to remember something, you have to write it down. That's what they're hinting to me at, is that in order to be successful, you have to kind of put it in writing here or make it official in some way so that you stay on the right track and so that you continue doing what you said you were going to do. You have to hold yourself accountable in this way. I do think that they do want you to work with other people though. This may be down the track. In order to achieve your bigger version of success, you may need to delegate or enlist the support and help of others because you are only one person. But I see that in general, success is about coming from your heart space and doing what you feel is best for you, with this 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael over here, encouraging you to come from a place of compassion and love for self and sharing that by inspiring others to do the same. You know, I always think of that as the best version of of love, because you just radiate love from within. And instead of people trying to cling to you like a vampire to suck what you're giving, you're not giving them anything. You're feeding it into yourself. You're repelling those sorts of superficial attachments, and you're attracting people who want to build what you've created for yourself. They're the kind of people who will ask you, oh my gosh, you're glowing. How are you glowing? You look amazing. You seem really happy. What have you been up to? Those sorts of conversations, instead of, what have you been doing? Oh, can I join you? Can I blah, 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 suck all the energy out of everything that you like and do and enjoy? For healthy versions of attachment, which is our last card over here, attachment, changing the way that we attach ourselves to things. Now, I feel like the best version of success for you is re-examining the way that you perceive attachment as well, because you seem to be someone who's so focused on self. There is a slight cautionary message here of not demonizing certain people and certain relationships just because in the past they were unhealthy forms of attachment for you. They want you to look at everyone as an individual as you look at yourself, and to not demonize a potential partner just because in the past you had a partner who limited you and who tried to confine you, and it was very unhealthy and codependent. They're encouraging you to continue to re-examine attachments based on an individual basis. So this isn't a one-size-fits-all type of thing. It's important to know the patterns and to know the red flags. But just because Bill is the same gender as Barry doesn't mean Bill's going to treat you the way that Barry did, you know, that kind of situation as well. So that is what I'm seeing for you. I'm really quickly just going to get a love prediction for you, Group 3, to see what the full moon in Capricorn will bring you love-wise. Group 3, what can they expect in terms of love this full moon in Capricorn? What can they expect in terms of love? We're being shown the moon upright, okay, and the Father of Cups, all right. So real quick, this is kind of telling me that in this full moon in Capricorn, your emotions are kind of something that you'll be keeping to yourself. I'm sensing a lot of secrecy. I'm sensing like just kind of stewing things over, using this moon energy to reflect, to really focus on specific things. There's a lot of subconscious energy here. There's a lot of subliminal energy here. I feel like you might want to spend some time alone. You're going to be in your feels, but you're not going to want to be in your feels. I see the Father of Cups as a very emotionally manipulative energy when it's upright. It's someone who's very in control of how they feel, and the moon is an illusionary energy of projecting a certain feeling onto you, provoking a sort of feeling from you. So I just want to tell you that when it comes to love, there's this feeling of not wanting to show the truth, wanting to be very controlling over what you put out there. Is there anything else you can tell them when it comes to love for Group 3? The Emperor, yes, there's a lot of control here. You're not really focusing on love. You're not really putting emphasis on love this full moon in Capricorn. You seem to be focusing on other things. So when it comes to love, there seems to be a secondary effect here. This full moon in Capricorn's provoking energy from you and emotion from you, but you're wanting to control it and to tame it and to mask it and to manipulate it so that it isn't perceived as a weakness. For many of you, people may be trying to get some sort of reaction out of you, but I see you just not wanting to feed into it. You're focused on other things. You're seeing love as something that could limit you from your transformation right now. You're seeing love as the reason behind you wanting to be better, but certainly not the reason behind you going to be better, if that makes sense. Like, this person sparked, or this situation sparked my change, but it isn't going to be the reason for my success. I am. Your bottom deck energy is the Six of Pentacles, so over time you're going to have to balance that out. You're not going to be able to get everything that you want by being in this state forever, but for right now they are certainly encouraging you to continue feeding to yourself. So Group 3, that's what I have for you. That has been your full moon in Capricorn prediction reading. I hope it was helpful. Remember to only take what resonates. Don't force anything to fit. I just want to take a quick second to thank your guides, my guides, and our spiritual teams for helping me channel this energy and these messages today. I want to thank you for all of your support, and I shall see you in another video. Bye! Group 4, and welcome. If you guys chose this pretty shell from the group selection portion of this video, then this is going to be your specific reading. I accidentally said personal reading in Group 3, and I didn't mean to trigger anybody because it isn't technically a personal reading, and I don't do personal readings right now, but it's certainly going to be a lot more specific than the collective reading, so welcome all the same. Now let us get some cards, shall we? We're going to start with the Inkromancy deck. What can you expect this full moon in Capricorn? Group 4, the last group, and the last shell group as well. Group 4, please, Spirit. What can they expect this full moon in Capricorn? What can group 4 expect this full moon in Capricorn? Hello. We have Two of Swords over here. Okay, that's interesting. Two of Swords coming out as your first card. I just remembered something as well, so sorry, I was a little bit distracted for a second. We also have the King of Wands coming out reversed over here. Very interesting artwork. I love this deck. Group 4, please, Spirit. We're also being shown the Four of Cups coming out upright. Beautiful cacti in the imagery. Two more cards, please. What can group... Oh, we got a few flipped in here. They're showing me the Page of Cups reversed as well as the Six of Wands reversed. Oh, sweets. You guys might take a little bit longer to recover from that initial feeling of not achieving. There was that energy in the collective reading where some of us were just feeling really down and out, like hard done by our circumstances. You guys might be water signs or just really struggling to move forward is what I feel. I'm being shown the Four of Swords here upright though, excuse me, reversed, which to me is upright. Just in terms of the energy being more collaborative is what I want to say, and the King of Swords upright as well. So that's your last two cards for the spread. Your bottom deck energy is the 8. Is this the 8, Spirit? I'm actually going to have to count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've never seen the 8 of Wands in this deck. I know it says 8 there, but when you look at them from the top, it just doesn't look like 8 Wands. But anyway, the 8 of Wands upright is your bottom deck energy. So group 4, this full moon in Capricorn is definitely going to take a toll on how you perceive your circumstances to be, in terms of it is highlighting things that are slow moving for you. It is highlighting things that feel like a non-victory win for you. Like, yeah, I got this, but look at everything I lost in the process. Or yeah, at least I have a job, but look at how terribly they treat me, or look at how terrible the pay is type of energy. It's going to be hard for you to stay optimistic is what I want to say. Now, the reason why this is happening is because you are being encouraged to take this and make changes. You're not being encouraged to feel like this because it's not fair, absolutely, but you are being encouraged to see how you can take action towards these feelings. With the Two of Swords here upright, there's a sense of denial, but there also needs to be more trust in yourself. You can make good decisions for yourself. You can change this for yourself. You have that ability. It's about empowering yourself to believe this within yourself, trusting yourself to be able to make the right decision. For some of you, you don't trust yourself enough to be able to make these choices. You either wait for them to fall in your lap, or you wait for things to be completely non-existent before you make that change. The Two of Swords upright is encouraging you to trust yourself more and to trust what you know more, whether it's about knowing things from other people or knowing yourself more. Really trust the information that you have so that you can make the changes that you want. The King of Wands reversed over here is saying that there's a feeling of not being able to, is what I want to say. It's almost like you're not confident enough in the energy here. I feel like this full moon in Capricorn, though, is encouraging you to look at your energy as something that comes from within you. The only reason we don't have any is because we keep giving it to the wrong people. The only reason why we can't physically do that is because we don't have enough to give in the first place. And why is that? Well, maybe it's because we've put all our energy over here in this basket, and that basket never gives back, or that basket only gives 50% back. Really encouraging you to be careful about who you give your energy to, because you are a king here. You're someone who is able to make power moves, group 4. The only reason we can't is because, yes, we don't have the energy to. So where is our energy going? The Four of Cups over here is telling me that we're not really happy with things. There's a bit of boredom here. The full moon in Capricorn is highlighting how we are wasting our emotional opportunities. Look at this. We have 3 cups being poured into 1. which you'd think would be helpful, except that fourth cup is a bottomless pit. So that emotion, that water, that sustenance for joy is just going into a void of nothingness. There is a strong emphasis here, this full moon on Capricorn, on your group taking advantage of more opportunities that are enriching. And I want to say enriching in the sense of joy and happiness and provoking positive energy about you, really helping to bring more energy to you, because it feels like we're either really stagnant and pessimistic, or we're just needing more confidence to be able to take our power back and be more assertive with our energy. It feels like you guys have accidentally become non-player characters when you are supposed to be the one calling the shots. You are the king in your tale, in your story. The Four of Swords over here reversed is saying that the full moon in Capricorn is supposed to inspire you to step out of this rest mode that you've been in, because I feel like for some of you, we don't have to be like this anymore. We don't have to heal like this anymore. There are other ways that we can continue preserving our energy without missing out on things as well. There are other ways that we can continue to heal for some of you without missing out on things as well. And I feel like this is encouraging you to get out of some sort of rest mode that you've been in, to hit that play button again, or to hit that power button again, and to gain that power back again. I feel like we don't need to overthink this process as well. It can start as simple as replying yes to that message instead of I'm busy, or asking people, you know, what are you up to again, instead of just going into ghost mode, or just being more online with our presence, because some of you aren't even doing that. You're not there physically, and you're not even there electronically anymore. And that's not where we need to be in terms of enriching you as who you are. I feel like this full moon in Capricorn is encouraging you to be more connected and to get some of the power back into your life as well. Now, the King of Swords over here is upright, and this is kind of telling me that we're overall re-strategizing things. I feel like my King of Wands is more of the strategizer and the planner, pre-Emperor energy, but the King of Swords is someone who's trying to make moves. The King of Swords is someone who has a beautiful big picture of things and is moving chess pieces across the chessboard, figuring out the best plan of attack. I feel like the King of Swords in your case is trying to deliver a decision or an outcome that is best for everybody. I don't know if you are feeding energy into other people's narratives, but you seem almost responsible for other people as well, group 4. And it feels like whatever you do, you have to consider at least somebody else, trying to do things the right way. I do think that eventually you're going to have to do something, because you're really quickly realizing, this full moon in Capricorn, that you're not exactly living your best life right now. I also think that the King of Swords is encouraging you to be more outspoken and to not sort of shy away from conversations, whether they are of a serious nature, seriously opening up and telling people what you think, or whether they are more of a social nature and just seriously opening up and communicating with people so that you are more socially engaged. Whatever the need is here, whatever your focus is on, you are being encouraged to communicate more and to not just be a passive non-player character. So let's see what the oracle cards have to say. We'll start with the Moonology deck first for, oh, we have some cards flipped in here for group. Is there another one? I thought I saw another one. It's only one. Okay. For group 4, please, Spirit. We're at group 4 now. What cards may offer group 4 the most advice this full moon in Capricorn? What cards may offer group 4 the most advice this full moon in Capricorn? We have a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. It is reversed. I do take reversals in this deck. Group 4, please, Spirit. We have a time for healing, balsamic moon, kind of showing up as a blockage. It is reversed, technically. Bottom deck energy is emotions are running high, reversed, supermoon. Yeah. You know what I'm hearing? That song, Billie Eilish. How am I supposed to make you feel okay when all you do is look the other way? Oh my gosh, there's a feeling here of you not opening up to people. And the Eight of Wands as your bottom deck energy tells me that this full moon in Capricorn is supposed to propel things forward. The idea behind this energy for you, group 4, is that we're moving. We're on to bigger, better things now. We're projecting ourselves into our fast track reality, but in order to do that, we have to admit defeat in this version of reality, and we have to close this chapter of our reality to move forward. It's not about being too proud to do this. I just feel like some of you have genuinely lost your energy. You've lost your power. Now, all these cards reversed tells me that there's a lot of resistance on your side in order to receive this better version of events for yourself. A personal issue, Richard, a personal itch, oh my God. A personal issue reaches resolution is telling me that overall we're trying to really face the truth for what it is here, whether it involves you opening up to somebody else or you at least letting yourself be open to yourself, trusting yourself, knowing yourself enough to know that you're not happy. This isn't what you want for yourself. This isn't you in your power. This is you being confined and limited and suppressed and oppressed in some cases. I feel like a personal issue reaches resolution is trying to remind you that you have the power to change this as well for yourself. It's also encouraging you to reach out to loved ones for support if you need help to finish this off, if you need help in this cycle of your life. If you really do need help, reach out. Don't keep it to yourself. This isn't your cross to bear entirely. If we're wagering our happiness and our genuine joy, then by all means, reach out for support. Those are too high of stakes to wager for just yourself. Share that burden with others. Full moon in Cancer is encouraging you to reach out to parents, to children, if that makes sense, to people who are a part of your household, and to be open about what you've been going through if you feel safe and comfortable. I see that the issue here is that you have been isolating, and that it is time to look at alternative versions of healing, because what you've been doing isn't entirely helpful. I don't mean to call you out here, but I'm just trying to share with you that there are many different ways to heal, and there are many different ways to sustain yourself so that you have more energy. And I feel like you're going to get creative here. This full moon in Capricorn is encouraging you to explore other ways to be happy, other ways to sustain yourself, to feed energy into yourself, to fulfill yourself, because what we're doing right now simply ain't it. Your advice is to look at alternative versions of healing. Energy healing might be helpful for you guys. You know, Reiki is a good starting point, but there are so many different ways to heal your energies nowadays. Honestly, I like to just go to the ocean and soak myself in salt water. I know a lot of us don't live close to the ocean. A lot of us do, though. And especially in the northern hemisphere, it's warming up for you guys. So a vast majority of the world should be able to do that. But if you can't, you can just take a really long shower. And if you can't do that, there are other ways you can do this, through smoking yourself, being careful of what you feed yourself in the first place so that your body is sustaining good energy in the first place. With emotions are running high reverse, the supermoon over here, your advice is to really let your energy out. Don't fester it within, because the worst thing about this is that you're giving away all your good energy and you're only holding on to the bad. So you're telling people, yes, I can do that, sure, no worries, going to your job and putting out all this positivity and really putting on that customer service voice and giving that energy to people who don't give a fuck. Sorry for swearing, but you know, who just take it and take it and take it, and then you go home this bitter, resentful, tired, exhausted, frustrated, angry person, and that's all you have left for yourself. So you really do need a way to let this out and to give yourself an outlet for that heavy emotion so that you can keep some of the more positive stuff for yourself. That's the worst part about this, is you don't deserve that. All right, group 4, please, Spirit. How can they use this full moon in Capricorn to get success? You need patience. Okay, let's clarify. You can't just tell them they need patience. Group 4, please, Spirit. What can they do to use this full moon in Capricorn to be successful? What can group 4 do to use this energy to be successful? They're showing me hostilities. Okay, it's kind of showing up in the reverse as a blockage, but it's definitely coming out. We're also being shown the first chakra, Archangel Michael, reversed. And we also have as a blockage over here contracts. Yes. I don't doubt there's something that you've committed yourself to is taking so much energy from you, so much positivity from you, so much of your beautiful essence that makes you you, and it's not giving you enough in return. Spirit is encouraging you to balance out your lifestyle. We all need jobs in the sense of we all need to live, right? And sometimes we don't have the pick of the litter. We don't have the opportunity to work our dream jobs, but they are encouraging you to balance out your energy and to not give all of your goodness to this vessel of destruction, essentially. It's like feeding your positive vibes into a black hole and knowing you're never going to see it again. Balance that out. Give yourself other joy. Give yourself other opportunities to heal and to recharge. Patience is telling us that this isn't going to be happening overnight. This version of healing isn't going to deliver results overnight. With practice, with patience, it will come though. We have to restructure our priorities with first chakra here. Archangel Michael calling us out, saying that we've built our foundations on a lie. We need to restructure our priorities. What is important to us? What needs our immediate attention? What needs the best of us? What needs the goodness from us? What do we value? I see the first chakra as the sense of who you are, the core of who you are, the foundation of who you are. Looking at your beliefs, your values, the people who inspire you to be you as well, going back home to them, if that helps as well. And hostilities over here in the upright is reminding you that this is a little bit of a war for you, and what's on the line here isn't a kingdom, it's you. You have the risk of losing your happiness, your joy, and this is about building up your strength to be more assertive in the first place. We can't even do that. We can't even be assertive because we don't have the energy to. We need to build up that strength first. We need to start putting in some boundaries first before we start pushing those boundaries back to healthier lines. Hostilities is encouraging you to stand up for yourself more and to really reach out to the people who help you bring out this more assertive, powerful side, because you are powerful. You're a king. Group 4, your bottom deck energy, door to romance reverse, is telling me that you don't have to do this alone. The secret is within you, and I feel like it's time to let things out. It's time to be more open, especially if you have a partner in this life, especially if you have a spouse or a partner. Open up and let them know what you're going through. This could just be a lover in general, though, someone who you love deeply in general. But the door to romance reversed is saying that if you've been manifesting a relationship, or if you've been manifesting a new opportunity in love and emotion, it can't come in right now. All your love is going into a black hole, a bottomless pit. It can't happen like this. It would be a waste of a beautiful opportunity. We can't bring that in when all we have is this vacuum of destruction. We need to turn that vacuum off first, and we need to get our power back first before we're given this opportunity. So group 4, please, Spirit, to close your reading, I'm going to get some quick love predictions. What is going to happen in love for group 4, this full moon in Capricorn? We have the Daughter of Cups showing itself to me, upright. Group 4, we have the Son of Swords coming out as a bit of a blockage, reversed, and we have the Seven of Swords showing itself to me, reversed. So what I'm kind of seeing here, group 4, is bottom deck energy is the Eight of Pentacles. This full moon in Capricorn, when it comes to love, is about sort of building to your character more. For some of you, you do have a relationship, and it's about being there for your person right now as well. I'm not sure what they're going through, but with the Daughter of Cups here as you, it kind of feels like there's all of this stuff happening under the surface, and yet on the top of the water you're so calm. Like there's so much depth of color here, and yet on the top of the water you're so calm, so just serene. So I don't know if this is an internal struggle that you try to keep behind closed doors to yourself, but I'm seeing here with the Son of Swords reversed that whoever it is that you're dealing with, they're suspecting this. In fact, they're feeling a dissonance here. The way that you're presenting doesn't match what they feel. Intuitively, they're picking up on something else. It's like they're asking you a question about cars and you answer about fish tanks, and they're like, what the heck? Like, what the heck? There's an alarm going off here. It's not really adding up. Now, I feel like when it comes to love, things are slowing down in general, even if you don't have anybody or you do have someone. I feel like the focus here is on your emotions and growing more emotional depth to you in a safe way. Like maybe you just don't, I see you just answering politely and being very polite and kind and courteous, but there's this inability to be deep right now. We can't. We're on the surface, we're just trying to keep it together. So I see things slowing down this full moon in Capricorn. The focus isn't on this, although this is secondarily affected by everything else that's going on. The Sun of Swords reverse tells me things need to be stopped almost, not just slowed down, but stopped, in order for us to not do something that we're going to regret, or to not appear deceitful or deceptive. I see that the truth needs to come out, but there's no rush in doing this either. Just because it's something that we're battling with doesn't mean we need to openly disclose this to our romantic partners immediately. I see that with time and with more trust in yourself and processing for yourself, you may be able to advance your love situation. But for right now, there's a massive pause button going on in your love life until you can figure out what else is happening, or the other things that are going on in your life. So group 4, that's what I see for you. That has been your full moon in Capricorn predictions. Focus predominantly on a general predictions with a little sprinkle of love. I hope it has been helpful for you. Remember to only take what resonates. This is a general pick a group reading, so it is supposed to be more specific than the collective, but at the same time, thousands of people watch these videos. Take what resonates. Do not let the rest take from you. I want to take a quick second to thank your guides, my guides, our spiritual teams for helping me channel these messages safely and clearly. I also want to take a quick second to thank you for all of your support, and I shall see you in another video. Bye!